Anyway, hi everybody. This is a very quick one. I've just uploaded my recent video, a vlog about a scarf I made ages ago. But I thought, because I haven't had much chance to vlog, and the reason being is I have a customer who started ordering plates before Christmas, and every time I send him some plates, he keeps ordering more. And he rings me every 5 minutes saying, did you get me the order I want? Did you get the order? And I keep saying, yes, I've got the order. I'm busy doing them. They'll go off today. And then as soon as I say they'll go off today, he sends another order. So he's keeping me very busy, but it's stopping me from doing any vlogs with you. I just thought I'd just talk to you on this one. And basically, I wanted to tell you, what did I want to tell you? I got a message when I showed you that Anne Ladbury video. I got a message from a lady called, well, her username is FK, EFKAY. I'm assuming it must be K. But anyway, she said, and it's lovely, I don't know, some of you may have read her message, her comment underneath the video, but if you didn't, here is what she said. The mention of Anne Ladbury's name evokes such memories for me. I was an art student in London in the late 60s and was chosen to go onto her TV programme as a model. Oh, FK. K's got to live as a model. How jealous are we all? How jealous are we all? The idea was that they would design a garment for me and show how it was constructed. The dress they designed and made up for me was called a shirt dress. And I was taken to Carnaby Street, then the height of London fashion it certainly was, to select the fabric. A fine wool dogtooth in the traditional black and white weave. In addition, they bought me the most fabulous pair of dark brown leather boots and made a tight-fitting snood from a cream jersey type fabric, which they trimmed with real fox fur. I remember them buying the whole fox stole and trimming it to fit. After the programme, I got to keep the dress and accessories. I was paid a fee on transmission of the programme and received a repeat fee when it went out on BBC Two. Thank you, Michou, for letting me relive such wonderful memories. That is, I was so taken by that. I didn't even reply to her straight away because I thought, I read it and I thought it was just so wonderful. I wanted to write back and write a load back, but then I thought, no, I'm going to keep it and I'm going to mention it here because I just thought you would love to read that. The annoying thing, and I'm sure you think the same, is nowadays everybody keeps videos and can record from TV and everything, but I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't got a copy of that video. And it was such a shame because it would have been a lovely video for you to share or for you to keep reminding yourself of how you were modelling, you know, and how you did these, how you were on the programme. And also what Carnaby Street, well, that was the in place to be, wasn't it? I've got a little tale to tell you about Carnaby Street, but I'll tell you that in another little episode. And I just thought it was absolutely wonderful, and I bet you the same thing. I bet you didn't keep the dress, the shirt dress in wool. It's something that years ago you would have thought, no, I'll get rid of it. And on reflection, I bet you keep saying, I wish I kept that. I wish I'd kept that. But if only just to keep trying it on and see if you still fit into it, which I would like to think that you do. I could never fit into anything that I made years ago, but it would be nice if you were as slim as you were then. Anyway, and that really was a wonderful story. And if you've got any other stories to tell me that you've done, I'm happy to read them out to you. Just remember, this is a bit of nostalgia that I'm mentioning to about FK that she can pass on to her children, that she's been on a vlog. Anyway, I was thrilled to read that, and even though I wasn't there, I can just imagine what it must have been like. You know, them designing a dress, them making it out of fox fur. I actually made a jacket with an old real fur coat that I had, and that's another one that will go into that other little section I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you about it on another vlog, but I just thought that was absolutely wonderful. Now, I have just put up my latest vlog, and the very first thing when I did it, it's the one where I'm telling, it's something I came across making a neck scarf, and I'm showing you how I make it. But I did something, and the very first person who watched it, Andrea Ryan, she noticed what I'd done. I was hoping that you wouldn't notice, and I said, shh, I hoped you lot wouldn't notice that. She said, did you put that pin in your mouth? Naughty. Well, I do. I have this. I would never let you see that, and I'm sure a lot of us still do. I have to say, they are always, they're generally ones, as I say, the ones like this with a little bead on the end. A little bead on the end. But I do have a habit of doing that, and I know it's bad. I know somebody told me that they actually swallowed one, but I've done that for years. I've done it since I was about 16 or 17 sewing, and never had an issue. But as somebody says, there's always a first time. So please do not put pins in your mouth. It is not good to. And usually I either carry them on a magnet in a box, or I've got several ways of carrying them. I've got one which is like that on my wrist thing, which I made. I've done a vlog. It's getting a bit covered in a little wrist pin cushion which I made, and I've done a little vlog. I'll put a vlog up there to show you, the link up there to let you see how I made that. I love that because it's silvery. It's pink and silvery. Isn't that lovely? That was just some spare fabric that the girl who worked with us she handed me a big bag of, this is all covered in cat hairs. She handed me a big bag of dance fabric. Before, get there. She handed me a big bag of dance fabric several years ago, and it was leftover fabric from my daughter doing dancing, and she said, do you want it? And so I went through it, and I came across that. As I say, it's a lovely, I love the fact that it's got a glow to it when you wear it. So usually I wear that. Usually I have magnetic pins, but in fact less do I put them in pins in my mouth now than I did before, because the magnetic thing's a lot better. And I've got another one that I can show you. No, I haven't got it near at hand. Oh, it's somewhere else. But anyway, yes, naughty me should not have put the pin in my mouth. So I hope you didn't notice. She must have noticed that my voice changed. I heard that my voice changed, and I thought, oh, I've put that pin in my mouth, and they're going to be saying, you shouldn't be doing that, shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, what else did I want to tell you? I'll put a little, I think I've just said I'm going to put a couple of little snippets about us talking to you, where we've been, what we've done. I have been sewing. I've made, oh golly, you know the dress that I've made, the Donelle dress? Well, I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6 dresses. 1, 2 turquoise, 1 grey, 1 original orangey one that I wasn't so keen on, 1 oh, what do you call them, like op-arty type of thing, 5, 1 green forest one, 6, I think I've done 6 dresses, and they are all lovely. Because when I put one on the other day, we went down to visit his mother the other day, and I wore the grey one, which I can put a little video up to show you. His lordship thought was lovely, and I wore it with a t-shirt underneath, a black t-shirt. And the reason for the black t-shirt wasn't not to show me cleavage, it was because it was cold and I wanted to wear something underneath. So I wore a black t-shirt, and it was really flattering. I felt very chic in it. Anyway, somebody said, when will you wear all these dresses? And I thought, and the thing is, I've got all this fabric, and if I don't use this fabric up, it's going to be wasted. And so I just thought, right, I've got to make something out of it. And so I thought, right, I'll make something that I know I'll wear. And I do wear dresses. I wear dresses when I go down to see his mother, because every time I wear one, they always say, oh, that's a lovely dress. Did you make it? Did you buy it? Did you make it? And I'll say, no, I made it. So I do like wearing dresses. I wear dresses when the warmer weather comes. I tend to wear dresses more. But lately, if we're going down to visit Mum, I put a dress on just because it looks a bit classier. And I've been wearing trousers and thick coats like this all the time, so it's nice to change into a dress. And I don't know if it's the same in other countries, but here in the UK, when the warm weather comes, dresses come out, because everybody likes to see dresses. So yes, I will be wearing dresses, and I will likely be wearing all of those sometime or other. But my wardrobes are creaking under the weight of all the clothes I've made, which is the downside to making a sewing vlog, because obviously you've got to make things, and obviously you want to show people what they look like. And yes, I do wear them, but sometimes there are some things that I've worn, some things that I've made that I haven't worn yet, and I want to wear them, but because our weather is so changeable. For example, the pretty coloured shirts that I made, the psychedelic bright coloured ones, where are they? I made one like this out of this fabric. Do you remember that fabric? I made one out of that, and I haven't worn it yet, simply because, oh, I've just thrown a pin away. Not a pin, a needle. I've just thrown a needle away. Simply because, why have I not worn them? Simply because when I've wanted to wear them, it's been too cold. And then other times when I wanted to wear them, it's been too hot. And I thought, oh, I'll need a thinner thing on. Need to wear something thinner. So I need to find several occasions where I should wear them. I really need to get them out and start wearing, let's say. I need to get them out and start wearing all the things, at least feel like I've worn them once or twice or thrice, and then I'll be happy. So what else do I want to tell you? Oh, apologies. Do you remember I found a pattern for Poncho, and I found two patterns for the Poncho. One was the Friday, one was the assembly line Poncho, and the other one was, I'll put it up there if I remember. But the Poncho, I've cut the assembly line Poncho out. I cut it out at the beginning of January, and I still haven't started sewing it up. So I will be doing, and somebody asked, not so much for that one, but for the other pattern that I've got, I haven't cut that out yet. I'm going to cut it out hopefully soon, if our customer doesn't keep ringing me up and asking me to do more and more plates for him. Sorry, my hair's getting in my eyes. I've just been cut lately, and it's going in my eyes and it's tickling my eye. What was I going to say? I've digressed. I've forgotten. Oh yes, the Poncho, somebody said that they'd like me to do a sew along to show how you assemble it. That's fine. I haven't got it cut out yet for the other one, but I've got the I've got the assembly line. I've got the assembly line cut out, and I'll get the other one cut out, and I'll do a sew along for that. I'm sorry it's taking longer than I would have expected to, but you know, these things happen. I have just looked at the assembly line's instructions and it threw me. I really need to sit down and have a read of them, because I was thinking, what they're telling me to do. I've got, as I say, I've got them all the pieces cut out for the assembly line one, and we'll see how that goes. I'll get that organised, but the instructions are really weird. Well, when I quickly read them, they didn't seem understandable, so let's hope I'm just getting it wrong and I haven't really paid much attention. So, His Lordship, news on His Lordship. His Lordship joined a band and gave it up because he didn't like the music they were doing. He thought it was a bit too old. They were doing, he liked the group of people, but he said, it's just not my music. And if you want to know what they were wanting to play, it was things like The Sweet. I really love my tiger. I like my tiger feet. And he said, that's not me. That's not me. So on Tuesday, last Tuesday, we went to the theatre to watch. It was called The Story of the Guitar Heroes. I highly recommend, if you like guitars. I mean, the theatre was full. I think it holds about 400 people, and it was absolutely chock-a-block. There wasn't a seat available. If you like guitars and you're in England and they're doing a tour, and I think next year they'll be doing a tour. They said they're doing a tour again next year. They start with Buddy Holly. Who else do they do? Buddy Holly, Les. I'll get them all mixed up. But Buddy Holly, Les Paul. Oh God, Chuck Berry. You know, Buddy Holly. Is it Chuck Berry? It wasn't Chuck Berry. Oh God, I'll tell you what it said. Hang on. This is what they did. They did it historically. So they started with the very oldest, and then they carried on going right the way through. The guitarists were absolutely amazing guitarists, but the lead guy, I can't remember what he was called. But he was just amazing. And so the songs that they played was Rock Around the Clock, Satch Boogie by Joe Satriani, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Whole Lotta Rosie by AC/DC, Layla by Derek and the Dominoes, Hotel California, Sultans of Swing, Sweet Child of Mine, Whole Lotta Love, Another Brick in the Wall, Purple Rain, Purple Haze, and it went on, and just amazing songs that they played. And his lordship, prior to that, I kept saying, because he left the band, I said, why don't you just go upstairs and play? He'd lost his mojo. And I said, why don't you just go and play a song? Decide on a song you want to do and just sit and play it from start to finish. And he couldn't get himself sorted. So he just couldn't. He said, I can't really. He says, I've just lost my mojo. Probably because of the issue that he had before Christmas with his daughter. With his daughters and family. And I might point out that everything is fine there now. But anyway, he just lost his mojo. And so, having been on Tuesday and seen all these guitarists, not all of them, there was there were 4 people in the 4 performers, 1 drummer, 1 bass guitar and 2 lead guitars, but they all swapped and played lead guitar anyway, so they were all very good. And having heard that, he came back and he's absolutely got his mojo back. So he's been up in his room playing his guitar, so we're keeping his fingers crossed. The man is back to wanting to play his guitar. I think I better stop because my battery's flashing. So I'm going to love you and leave you and catch you next time. Bye!